What if everything you think you know could be rewritten? Not by millions of volunteer editors, but by a machine trained to generate answers at internet scale. What if the source of truth for billions of people suddenly shifted from crowdsourced knowledge to AI-generated knowledge? And what if the man behind this new source of truth is one of the most controversial figures in tech history, Elon Musk? Tonight, we dive into a story that cuts straight to the heart of how we define knowledge, truth, and trust in the digital age. This isn't just about a new website. This is about who gets to decide what's true. Stick around, because by the end of this video you might never see online encyclopedias the same way again. So what is Grokipedia? In late October 2025, Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company XAI launched an online encyclopedia called Grokipedia. The platform went live on October 27, 2025, and was immediately billed by Musk as an AI-powered alternative to Wikipedia, one that would avoid human bias and provide fact-checked knowledge generated by machine intelligence itself. Unlike Wikipedia, the free, crowdsourced encyclopedia that has been built and maintained by volunteer editors for more than 2 decades, Grokipedia pulls nearly all of its content from artificial intelligence, specifically the Grok language model developed by XAI. It's designed to function like a traditional encyclopedia, with searchable articles and reference sections. But behind the scenes, the knowledge is assembled, structured, and curated by algorithms rather than humans. As of early 2026, Grokipedia hosts over 3 million articles, a remarkable growth from its original launch with around 885,000 articles. This alone makes it one of the largest repositories of online knowledge, but it's the way it produces that knowledge that has ignited intense debate, a battle of philosophies: AI vs human consensus. To understand why Grokipedia is so controversial, we have to appreciate the philosophy behind traditional encyclopedias. Wikipedia, for example, relies on thousands of volunteer contributors from around the world. They debate edits, refine sources, adhere to verifiability policies, and strive, imperfectly but transparently, for a balanced representation of facts. This process can be messy, slow, and at times contentious, but it's a collective human effort. Grokipedia, on the other hand, entrusts Grok AI software with the role of both generator and verifier of content. Musk and his team have positioned it as an encyclopedia that avoids the bias and bureaucracy he perceives in Wikipedia's model. Musk himself has described Grokipedia as an improvement, even calling version 01 better than Wikipedia, even in its earliest beta state. But this distinction, crowdsourced human editors versus centralized AI generation, shines a spotlight on what many technologists see as the real tension: speed and scale versus process and accountability. The promises and the critiques. Musk's argument for Grokipedia is rooted in the belief that large language models can produce information faster and potentially broader than volunteer editors. The platform was created with the ideal of delivering comprehensive entries on countless subjects at the click of a button, without waiting for human editors to write or review content. However, fast doesn't always mean accurate. Early analyses show that Grokipedia articles often mirror Wikipedia's structure, but rarely match the citation depth or editorial scrutiny that human-edited pages have. Some articles are adapted directly from Wikipedia under Creative Commons licenses, but many are rewritten or generated from scratch by the AI. This raises serious questions about verifiability. Unlike Wikipedia, where every fact is expected to be supported by reliable sources, Grokipedia articles sometimes include only broad reference lists or vague attributions, in some cases fewer citations per word than equivalent Wikipedia entries. Critics have also pointed out that some Grokipedia content could reflect the biases present in Musk's own social media ecosystem, or in the training data used to build the AI. Independent reporting found that some pages appeared to lean toward conservative talking points, particularly on contentious historical or political topics. Is it really neutral? One of the biggest controversies around Grokipedia isn't just about accuracy, it's about neutrality. Wikipedia strives for a neutral point of view by reflecting what reputable sources' consensus says about a topic. Grokipedia's model is different, because it doesn't have a decentralized editing community continuously checking biases. Instead, it relies on algorithmic checks and machine review. Even Wikipedia's co-founder Jimmy Wales has weighed in, expressing skepticism that an AI-generated encyclopedia could earn public trust. He suggested that you can't simply replace human judgment with an automated model and expect readers to believe the result is truly unbiased. Reports have highlighted that some Grokipedia entries contain information that's inconsistent with widely accepted historical or scientific consensus. For example, on topics ranging from disease history to social issues, instances have been documented where the algorithm's output reflects outdated or misleading framing. This has prompted discussions among academics and information scientists about whether Grokipedia truly expands our understanding of knowledge, or whether it represents an epistemological shift where AI begins to rewrite the frameworks by which knowledge is produced. Some researchers argue that, instead of amplifying diverse perspectives, Grokipedia may centralize the voice of a single technological architecture, shaped by its designers more than by collective human scrutiny. The legal and licensing maze, beyond controversy over content quality and bias, Grokipedia also raises legal questions. Because many of its entries are derived from Wikipedia, the platform must adhere to the Creative Commons Attribution, share-alike license. That means it is legally required to attribute sources and maintain similar licensing terms when reusing that material. But as the number of AI-generated pages grows, those not directly mirrored from Wikipedia, the line between reuse and original content becomes blurry. Some of this content may carry a different license, like the proprietary X-Community license, which could create confusion about reuse rights and copyright. A platform in evolution, it's important to remember that Grokipedia is still early in its life cycle. It launched as version 0.1 and has since quickly updated to version 0.2, suggesting that Elon Musk and XAI intend to continue refining the platform. Early technical issues like temporary outages during launch day indicate both heavy user interest and infrastructural growing pains. Musk and his team have publicly stated that later versions will be 10x better, and that the ongoing development of AI and machine learning methods will help Grokipedia improve over time. The implication is clear: this is not a static project, but an evolving experiment in automated knowledge. Why this matters right now? You might be wondering, why should I care about Grokipedia when Wikipedia already exists? The answer goes beyond encyclopedias. This moment marks a potential inflection point in how we interact with knowledge itself. Today, we search online for facts. Tomorrow, we may rely on generative AI as the primary source of truth, and the shape of that truth will depend on how these systems are built and governed. The Grokipedia experiment forces us to confront deep questions. What is trust in digital information? Who decides what counts as evidence? And when AI becomes the curator of knowledge, how do we ensure accountability? These aren't abstract philosophical dilemmas. They are real, practical issues that affect education, media literacy, public discourse, politics, and the way societies understand history and science. Grokipedia may be just the beginning of a broader shift where large language models don't just summarize knowledge, but own it. So what do you think? Will Grokipedia become the next major source of truth on the internet? Or is this a cautionary tale about what happens when human judgment gives way to machine authority? If you want more deep, research breakdowns of how technology is shaping our world, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. If this video sparked your curiosity or your concern, give it a like, leave a comment with your thoughts below, and share this video with a friend. Because understanding the future of information isn't just important, it matters.